All right. So the next thing I want to talk a little bit about is adding assets from the Quixel Bridge and also a little bit from the Epic Games Store, where you can buy assets or find some free stuff. So if I go to add here, I can go up to the Quixel Bridge content folder. And you would sign in if you need to with your Epic Games account that you've downloaded the Epic Games launcher when you signed up for the whole deal there. These are all free. So you can kind of go through. I would totally recommend just like playing around in here, looking at different 3D assets. This is great stuff for your for an area in your space that you want to play with different brick materials. These are all optimized for Unreal Engine really nicely, and they work great. So you can see there's tons of assets, little books. All of them have really nice textures applied to them and stuff like that. And yeah, you can go through all of these: historical, industrial, hardware, construction. They tend to focus on more like distressed stuff, which doesn't really fit the vibe of my clean, nice museum. But if you need a paper towel roll, there's one right there. And then, like, for example, if you go to collections here, you can go to different environments. And like, say you wanted to go to like I don't know, we've got natural environments here, Arctic and ice and snow and forests and canyons of Utah and Japanese blah, blah, blah. And then we've also got like lava field here where you can find materials for making like a volcanic rocky ground, different volcanic rocks. There's a ton of different things that you can use in here. And these you can actually assign to brushes and paint in your scene and stuff. Really cool. So I think I might, I don't know, just for the sake of demonstration, let's go ahead and download these dead branches. So signing in, log into your Epic Games account, and then download. I recommend medium quality. We're not doing anything too crazy. So download it. Once it's downloaded, you just click on add, and then it will show up right here. Cool. So next we're going to switch modes here. So I'm going to just switch to landscape here. Or no, foliage. Is it foliage? I think it's foliage. Yeah, foliage. Okay. And we're going to add a static mesh foliage. Whoops. Where is it? Add. Search assets. There. I can just drag and drop it. Save. Okay. So now I've got this attached to a brush, and I can just brush it into my scene. You can see they're just kind of landing on there. I can change the, let's see. I can change to fill. And then there's density. I could bump up the density. And you can see that when I bump up the density, it almost adds like a fur level of these little branches. So then I can go, let's see here. I'll just search for mesh in here, and you can see all of the little static meshes. And these are just little sticks, so probably not the best example, actually. And any surface that's all contained. So now, like, yeah, that whole layer, because I did a fill on it, has got these branches all over it. But you can play with parameters on here as well. I recommend changing the scaling to free. Setting min and max so that there's like different. You want like rotations as well, so that they're not all in the same spot. There's a ton you can do here. I would totally recommend you watch other tutorials on how to randomize things and change the shape, dynamics, and dimensions. There's a lot of good stuff on YouTube about how to kind of play with the foliage mode here. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and just hit X and X and delete. Yes. Okay. So that's the Quixel Bridge in kind of a nutshell. Another thing that I actually like to use, and I'm going to use right now, if I go to the Epic Games launcher right here, there's a marketplace under Unreal Engine. And in that marketplace, you can get all kinds of cool stuff. And let's see. Basically, you can search for all kinds of assets. You can even filter it by free. One of the things I really like to look for is trees. I feel like the Quixel Bridge lacks great trees. You can buy little tree packs. I have one myself in my library, and that's where when you buy them, they go right here. I've got some materials. I've got some city model loader. I've got, all kinds of fun stuff, free furniture pack. The ultra dynamic sky is awesome. I'm going to add that to my project. And then I'm also going to add, there's water materials, realistic trees. That's one I really like. And I can set the trees to be painted in the place. I'm gonna have like some trees around the outside of the building. Okay, so once it downloads and adds to the scene, let's see, realistic trees are right here, and I just click on it, and you can see I've got a ton of them. And I'm going to add, what kind of trees? Let me just do this one here. Drag and drop that. Save it. Now I've got a tree brush. And I'm going to paint. Oops, I've got the density way up. Let's see, density. And then I want to do radius, let's see, scaling, free. And then I'm going to do min 1, max 3. Min 1, max 3. And there you go. So now it's a little bit more random. You can also set the rotation, the Z offset, the X offset, all that kind of stuff as well. Let's see what it looks like when I hit play now. Cool. And you can select multiples of them at the same time and paint like multiple objects into the scene. All right, I'm going to play with that a little bit more, get him to the right randomness. I think the density is a little too high. I think they're also too tall. I might actually go 0.25 to 1, 0.25 to 1, 0.25 to 1. Yeah, I just like them to be kind of subtle. Okay, I could play with this all day. And then let's see what the sky looks like too. So I got to switch back from foliage mode here to selection mode. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete all of my stuff here. So directional light, all of these going to be gone. So let's go ahead and go directional light, click, delete. Sky atmosphere, click, delete. Skylight, delete. Vol, Geometric cloud, delete, and exponential height volume, delete. Because we're going to use, there we go. So yeah, with the ultra dynamic sky in the scene, selecting it over here, we have all types of settings, right? So we can really control the way the sky looks. We can make it nighttime, we can make it daytime, and the clouds animation are much cooler. Changing the time of day, you just kind of rotate this a little bit. I kind of want it to be like right when you can start to see the stars. Okay. But then my scene is going to be super dark. So I can scroll down, fog intensity. There's all kinds of like time of day. Okay, we got volumetric cloud cover. Where is Aurora? So let me, Aurora. How do you spell Aurora? A-U, I think it's A-U, right? Yes, Aurora, use Auroras. And Aurora intensity. I think I gotta make it darker. Let's go to time of day. There it is. Yeah, so get some Aurora Borealis. Volumetric clouds. Let's see, cloud coverage. I like it a little bit more cloud coverage. Yep. I'm getting a light from that. Okay, so you can also have it animate time of day cycles so that it goes day, night cycles, and you can have it go pretty quick. Cloud movement, how fast they move. Cloud wisps, that's the high little wispy clouds in the sky. Simulate real sun, simulate real moon. Latitude, longitude. If I can switch this a little bit too. Sun, I'm not caring right now. Moon, let's go moon intensity, make it more intense. That'll give us more light. Where is the moon? Scale, we can make a big old moon. Where is it? Here. Oh, I think it's behind this building here. So I can go to manually position the moon target. I click on that. Where is the moon target? Whoops. And then if I still looking for it. Ah, there it is. Look at that size of that moon. I think I might move it. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Let's change the size a little bit. It's too big, right? Okay. Skylight. Bump up the intensity of the skylight some. Very cool. So you can see that, you know, I'd have to rebuild all my lighting, but I could play with so much atmospherics. It just, you know, I've got the auroras, I've got the moon. And one other thing that comes along with this, it's a lot of fun, is ultra dynamic weather. So if I just drag and drop that into my scene, I now have rain particles. So if I push play, it's raining. And you can make snow, you can make like a dust storm, you can do all kinds of stuff with this. So really fun. Ultra Dynamic Sky, it has a lot to it. It is, of course, something you have to purchase. So yeah, so that's some fun stuff with the Quixel Bridge, and also the kind of foliage stuff. The last thing I want to show real quick is landscape here. So the landscape tab, for some of you who have, don't have like a cityscape, I'm going to, of course, not keep this. But yeah, so you can go create a landscape. You can add a material to it. So if I have like a dirt material or something like that you can get from the Quixel Bridge. I think I had something from the bridge earlier. What is this? Flat bark. I can make the bark material, whatever. And then hit create. It's going to create a ground plane in our scene that has that material assigned to it. And then I can go through and kind of make mountains and stuff with this brush to give the scene a little bit more dynamics. And you can change the height of it. So like if I wanted to have mountains and stuff in here, I can also lower down the ground plane, all of that kind of stuff. So that there's a ton you can do with the landscape tool as well. I would totally recommend kind of digging more into it, but I'm not going to do that right now. So go ahead and close this. Okay, so yeah, that's about it for this one. I just wanted to show some add-ons and extras that you can play around with, and hopefully you found that informative. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.